Applications manage the infrastructure of our daily routines, from the APIs connecting our bank accounts to the databases storing our student records. Software portals handle our most sensitive information. But beneath those sleek interfaces, many of these platforms are built on fragile foundations. Without secure coding practices, that underlying architecture is riddled with hidden weaknesses. All it takes is one software flaw to transform a helpful daily tool into an open door for adversaries, exposing thousands of users' private data in an instant. To evaluate how well an application actually protects information, cybersecurity professionals use the model on screen, known as the CIA triad. This framework measures 3 pillars: confidentiality, ensuring only authorized people access the data; integrity, guaranteeing the data is accurate and untampered with; and availability, making sure the system is reliably accessible. Let's look at this framework in practice. A high school cyber defense club is running a pre-launch security audit on their school's new student application, the Titan portal. Their objective is to comb through the code and proactively find where the portal fails those 3 CIA pillars, patching the gaps before real threat actors can exploit them. The audit immediately flags a structural problem. The developers built the portal using outdated software libraries that contain known, unpatched vulnerabilities. Attackers actively scan the internet for these exact out-of-date components. Digging into the permissions, the team spots a major configuration error. Standard student accounts are inadvertently granted back-end access to the principal's administrative dashboard. This is a textbook failure of access control. Because the system isn't restricting users to their appropriate roles, it directly violates the principle of confidentiality. When a network fails to rigorously manage permissions, any user, whether by accident or malicious intent, can expose an organization's most sensitive data. The club then tests the portal's search bar and discovers it lacks input validation. The application blindly trusts and processes whatever a user types into the field. Normal text queries the database without issue, but without input filters, an adversary types control characters, like semicolons, to bypass the search and send malicious commands to the back end. This injection attack executes unauthorized database commands, completely compromising the data's integrity. Developers must never trust user input. They have to sanitize and validate all incoming data against strict rules to ensure the database remains intact. To fix these structural flaws, the club mandates a secure-by-design methodology. They establish automated regular software updates as a foundational requirement, ensuring outdated libraries are patched immediately. Next, they lock down user access. This login flow shows multi-factor authentication, or MFA. If an adversary steals a password, they are still blocked unless they also have a second factor, like approving a push notification on a smartphone they physically possess. Layering regular software updates with MFA shifts the application's posture from a fragile target into a robust, proactive defense. To eliminate the configuration errors, the team implements the principle of least privilege. In this access matrix, users are given only the exact minimum permissions necessary for their role. Student accounts cannot cross into administrative silos. Combined with encryption, information is protected at rest on servers and shielded in transit across the network. Least privilege limits the blast radius of a cyber attack. If a lower-level account is compromised, the attacker is trapped within that specific role, unable to pivot and reach the administrative data. Launching a secure app is only the beginning. Administrators have to implement continuous logging and monitoring to detect suspicious behavior, like unusual database requests or repeated failed logins. They also establish regular, automated backups. If a hardware failure occurs or a ransomware attack strikes, having a clean copy of the database guarantees data availability. Security on the client side is just as critical. Users must build safe habits, regularly updating their personal devices, scrutinizing app permissions, and avoiding sensitive transactions on untrusted public Wi-Fi. The strongest security posture requires hardened technical controls on the back end, paired with an educated, vigilant user base, forming a human firewall. By auditing their code, validating input, and locking down permissions, the Cyber Defense Club successfully secured the Titan portal. As you study application security, keep these 5 principles from the screen in mind. Build systems that are secure by design, enforce input validation, restrict access using least privilege, require MFA, and promote safe user habits. Take a moment to review these 3 questions on screen to test your understanding of the material. Proactive, secure application design protects users at the architectural level, stopping inevitable flaws from evolving into catastrophic data breaches.